180, the possibly 250.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host, Wally, and today is our final day in New Orleans. So, on our way out, just outside of New Orleans, heading back to Texas, is the Alley Plantation. Now, this is a plantation, so it was a place where slavery happened, so I'm kind of glad that they have focused more on that, show the history behind that, and the horror and all the problems that came with it. So, it's not just a plantation. You get to learn a lot about how the slaves lived and how they survived, and you get to see this cat that's there. It's a pretty cool cat. But I'm glad that they've sort of emphasized this slave section here. A lot of people just come for the plantation because, oh, it looks pretty, and kind of sort of forget the horrors that took place behind it. So, thank you, Alley Plantation, for showing us the slave area. You get to learn a lot. You get to find out that soft shell pecans, paper shell pecans, were started here by a slave. So, on to the Oak Alley plantation. You can see the buildings are pretty huge. The trees are pretty huge, I mean. And there's not one small tree here. Now, they were originally planted way before the plantation was built up, so it just ended up being like the perfect place to put a mansion there. And the mansion is pretty basic, but it's kind of nice seeing the way the branches have sort of arched over and created a nice pathway up to the front to where the highway is, and beyond that is the levee and then the Mississippi River. So it's kind of cool just seeing how it was all laid out and how these trees have been there since the 18th century and have just grown and grown and grown. They look pretty awesome, if you ask me. So I'm pretty happy that this is open to the people so that they could come here and see. There's only one tree there that's like dead, but I'm glad that they've managed to save most of the trees, and there didn't seem to be any damage from any of the hurricanes that have hit it, so that's pretty cool. But I like this walkway a lot, and I like the trees because I've always been a big, huge lover of trees. And I wonder what makes the trees here in Louisiana much bigger than the ones in Texas. They say everything's bigger in Texas, but not oak trees. And we have some big oak trees, but nothing like here in Louisiana. It seems like everywhere you turn, there's a huge oak tree. And there's that one tree that I told you was missing, right behind my head. But to give you a tour of the mansion, they don't let pictures or video on the inside, so that's why there's nothing. But it's just your basic rich people house from the 1800s with mirrors and canopy beds and fancy furniture. If you've seen one fancy house, you've probably seen them all. Plus mirrors. There's mirrors everywhere. But this is the view from the second floor. They do let you film from the second floor, which is kind of cool. You get to see the Greek style gardens and everything like that, and get to just experience seeing the trees. The trees are definitely the main draw here. I couldn't get enough of them. You can walk around the grounds and see some pretty cool gardens and walkways. There's plenty of shade. If you get tired, just sit underneath one of the huge oak trees and you'll be fine. The mansion looks big, but really it's not that big. There's only like 4 rooms per floor. And here's a cemetery where the former owners are buried. And there's the levee separating the Mississippi River on the other side. Decided to climb up on top and check out the Mississippi River one last time before heading over to Texas. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this trip through New Orleans. I hope you get to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.